Well, I can't spend every day talking about how war is going to begin any second now. Again, war is going to begin any second now. Well, that's wrong. We've been in World War III for a while because all nations are involved in one way or another, whether they're giving money or weapons or whatever. Go down the list, everybody is involved. So the only question is how it expands geographically. And in the Middle East, we may see a lot of that soon, but I don't want to keep going on about that. I'm going to go off on a little tangent about how I find it interesting that even when things can happen around, somewhere else, and you can read about it, you still don't make a connection that it applies to you or could apply to you. So one of these areas is when Germany decided, the Greens were going to remove all the nuclear power plants. So they're saying get rid of all these plants, and a lot of people said, not that anybody listens to me, but I thought it too. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, they're good. They're clean energy. You don't want to be too dependent on Russian gas and oil and et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, but they went ahead, and then of course you have the Ukraine war, and now Germany gets no cheap gas from Russia. Well, it still gets some, but whatever. It gets more and more difficult, and now it needs to take a lot of LNG from the United States. Blah 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 blah. So anyway, they screwed up, and now they're paying because the economy is really hurting. And what I'm noticing here in the Boston area, so I'm in Arlington now, but the same thing in Cambridge, well, just in Massachusetts generally, Maura Healey, the governor, keeps trying to pass this legislation or fight back with the utilities, saying you have to give people rebates, you can't raise fees, stuff like that. And again, there's a small minority of people like me saying it's not about the utilities or gas companies ripping anybody off. There just isn't enough pipelines into the area. There's not enough sources. So when there are shortages or when there's huge demand, you just can't get it here, and it becomes very expensive. So you need to really look at the energy that you need, and you'd say, well, can I get it from many places to keep prices down? But they won't do that because, again, here it's all about renewables. We're not going to build more pipelines for gas because climate change, and we're going to do it with windmills, even though windmills and solar will not generate electricity when this area needs it most during the winter. Only gas will do. And now just recently with this whole ice storm and cold weather, 40% of the increased capacity of all electrical generation is coming from oil, from old oil generators that they had to fire up to meet demand. Does that fact, make any change here? No. I mean, it's when they do attack Iran or do something, right? When World War III, it's going to be years before the general public gets it through their head that there's no substitute for oil and gas. Or let's even talk about oil. Militaries have to run on oil 100%. There's just many things you just have to have it. And just blaming corporations, blaming utilities, doing all these little rebates here and stuff there, it's not going to have anything to do with it. It's just surface. But it's just more of the wealthy just, not wanting to, pay, not wanting to allocate everybody's resource to energy in a more equitable fashion. So people in Massachusetts that don't have high paying jobs, as the price of fuels go up and up, they pay more and more. And because the wealthy people, let's just say, control the media and get these people elected, they just ignore it. And then when they get the complaints, they're like, well, okay, we got to listen to some of these complaints. So we'll make it so that they get a rebate on their gas bill or whatever now, even though they'll have to raise the prices later on. So anyway, there's all that kind of nonsense going on. And I just wanted to say that. I mean, even if war starts tomorrow, life will go on. And even though to many of us, it would be like, this is, now it gets serious, as it got serious for Europe in 2022. So anyway, that's it. Where am I at? 4 minutes. That's enough. Good night.